So, oh my god, fuck. DC fandom tomorrow, okay, all this Nolan-ness, it's just a lot, okay? So, it deserves reminding, I live in the US, and trying to catch Tenet in IMAX. Christopher Nolan has head bobbed to Travis Scott music. So I want you to pay attention to these things that I shout out. So, Empire magazine, their review. Does your head hurt? Another asks later. Somebody is told they need to stop thinking in linear terms. No doubt some big brains will be fine with all this and will be able to follow the plot, but for the rest of us, Tenet is often a baffling, bewildering ride. Does it matter? Question mark. Kind of. It's hard to completely invest in things that go completely over your head. The broad strokes are there and it's consistently compelling, but it's a little taxing. No doubt it all makes sense on Nolan's hard drive, but it's difficult to emotionally engage with it all. This comes from GamesRadar.com. Tenet can be a bewildering experience as a result, the polar opposite of the easily digestible comic book extravaganzas that have dominated cinemas for the last decade. At times, Tenet can feel like a $200 million remake of Shane Carruth's Primer, with a fiendishly brilliant but confounding narrative that practically demands one or two rewatches to fully appreciate the big picture. NME, a time-traveling soldier, describes Tenet's climactic battle as a temporal pincer movement, which gives some idea as to its complexity. From Variety, all of which is to say that precisely tracing the dense graph of the plotting in Tenet feels like work. IndieWire, this fucking review sucks, but IndieWire stated that Christopher Nolan's long-anticipated time caper is a humorless disappointment. It's big and ambitious, but the film is too terse to have any fun with its premise. And then there's a review from The Guardian. Personally, I think that whoever wrote this piece from The Guardian just had really irritating, really itchy bullshit shoved in their asshole when they wrote this. Anyhow, they stated, Tenet is not a movie. What? Tenet is not a movie it's worth the nervous braving a trip to the big screen to see, no matter how safe it is. Fuck you. So, did you notice a pattern in all of that? Because I did. Because it's the same pattern in virtually all of the reactions and the reviews to Tenet. So here's what appears to be the rub. For the most part, all of the reviews have been positive and mixed, leaning more so on positive, but definitely a hybrid of the two. It seems like people are reacting this way. It appears that people are reacting to this film in the same way that people reacted to Interstellar, which is fascinating because Interstellar, for the most part, was very well received, but paradoxically and simultaneously, it was a bit mixed. Not everyone loves Interstellar, but it's not something for, the reception for Interstellar is not for, it's not something for Christopher Nolan to sweat bullets about. Same thing with Tenet. Not everybody is throwing around 11 out of 10s, but what the fuck? Tenet is clearly, from these reviews, his most complex, his most ambitious film yet. And not to mention, it's very clear that this film, maybe more so than any film prior to his filmography, this is his most intentionally confusing work. And audiences and critics, they've always had a hard time. Honestly, what's happening here in these reviews is kind of similar to like every single the reactions and reviews to this Nolan film are kind of like the same old reactions and reviews to any Christopher Nolan film, but it definitely appears that it not only is this his most complex film, like there doesn't appear to be a lot of hand-holding. This seems to be the thing that's rubbing people the wrong way. In fact, the main issue seems to be is that the film is so baffling and is so bonkers that it just seems like a lot of people were overwhelmed by the intentionally confusing nature of the plot and like the meaty exposition, the dense exposition. But again, this is shit that happens with every single Christopher Nolan film. For God's sakes, the last time I looked at Rotten Tomatoes, some bitch had an 87 to 88% on there. You know what I'm saying? That's like about where Inception is. I know that some people are feeling a bit, oh my god, it wasn't universally loved. Not everyone gave it a 10 out of 10. But guys, the truth is that this film was never going to get a 10 out of 10 from everyone, okay? From where I'm sitting, this is like a dream come true in terms of reviews. Listen, I already know I'm gonna love the film, okay? Will you, anybody else? I don't fucking know. But to me, these reviews are pretty much exactly what I was looking for. Yes, it'd be nice if everyone gave it a 10 out of 10, but that's not the fucking world we live in. And it receiving mostly positive reviews, but a whole hell lot of mixed reviews, that doesn't bother me in the slightest. Okay? People always have weird reactions to shit that's intentionally confusing, you know? The Guardian's like splitting hairs because I guess The Guardian had issues with the way that Nolan handles the characters and like their backstory, stuff like that. But they're probably the same person who was splitting hairs about Inception, which is like one of my favorite films of all time. So yeah, honestly, it sounds like Christopher Nolan did not do any hand-holding at all. Nolan just said, "Fuck it. I'm showing my vision, and it's gonna be bonkers and baffling. Some people are gonna get it, and some people are not. And I'm with it. I'm with it. Holy shit! Someone said that it's like James Bond on acid. Give me this movie. Give me this movie."